everyone, and welcome to Brodie's
top
first
finishes,
attempt to get a PDGA rating. The suspense is
where
killing
they're
me.
from.
I'm done. I was only paid for
You
that.
knew where they're from.
That's a lot.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome to my first ever rated round. I'm here with Paul, Jeff, and Chandler, and we're here at Paul's home course. Well, I guess like your old home course, Huntington Beach.
This is where I grew up. This is where I learned to play disc golf. So,
And we've been out here for a week, and basically training, preparing, trying to get. The goal is to try to get over 900 rated, so that way I can actually enter in tournaments.
yeah, and you absolutely started with a huge putt there. like the drive was good, and then we were like, all right, starting out with a par here, and then you dropped that.
Yeah, the first couple holes on this course are actually pretty difficult, so par is normally good.
Yeah, these first four are probably the trickiest on the course, and these actual first four aren't the original four when I grew up.
Yeah.
So you're playing like holes that even I'm new to because they've changed it pretty recently.
And this one's really tough because the hole is just up here on the hill. And look at that filming skill. You've gotten so good at filming.
I've been practicing. I was sitting on that bench getting as far around the corner as I could, and somehow I caught it landing there, which it stopped right here, which is hard to do.
I'll take it. And I'm working on a new putting form right now. Everything kind of looks the same, but I've removed my pinky from on the rim to actually now all three of my fingers are basically in like a spread underneath the putter. And it doesn't feel super comfortable, but I think it's going to give me the best results down the road.
Yeah, that was a great birdie, and this is the trickiest hole of the bunch right here.
This is kind of just a throw through the gap and pray.
You got the perfect roll right there towards the basket.
Yeah, I'm pretty fired up. Jeff, you're feeling it.
I was getting stoked for you at this point. I mean, we were thinking he might start off with a turkey, 3 down through 3.
Yeah, look at this putt.
There's not much of a better way to start off your professional career.
Yeah,
I'm like 15 feet up here.
Yeah, exactly. And I was hiding in these trees. Could you see me from there?
I could see you, and I was like, dude, you have such a good angle. I was like, I have to make this. I can't miss this. But that's such a weird, that's like not a putt you really practice, is like, because I'm not throwing, you can't really like throw it down into it. You just kind of have to feel out how much the disc is going to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, you're playing on a pro card right now. You were beating the card by 2.
Yeah, I was feeling it.
You were smoking hot right here at this point. And then this was so clean.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly where I wanted to throw it. It's a dog leg to the right, and it just ended up. I was actually, when we went up there and saw that it was like a gimme, I was really excited because I was tired of trying to make these like 15, 20, 30 footers.
Yeah, and you've only thrown, I think, 3 different discs right there, all mid-ranges.
Yeah.
Through the first 5.
Yeah, this is my meteor. I threw a lot of I threw basically a meteor on every hole, and then that buzz on the second hole, and that was not good. And this is, do we say this is the start of something special?
Yeah.
Will he ever take a par in his career?
Yeah, will Brodie ever make a par in his professional career? Well, I guess this isn't like a pro tournament. This is like...
Yeah, well, that answered our question.
Yeah, there's the first par.
Yeah, so 4 through 5, though, that's a solid start.
This is what you call a heat check.
Oh, yeah, heat check. This
I definitely heat checked myself. And this is a hole I always struggled on, honestly. In all our practice rounds, I don't think I ever gave myself really much of... I don't think I ever found circle 1.
Oh, the cupcake mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I would play that in my first ever rated round, and so there's the cupcake mini. And I don't know how my disc ended up here.
Yeah.
This is where I was really hoping there was like a monkey or something that would come out and move it.
There was a guy up there.
Yeah,
so
he could have totally
he
was there before the round.
He did not seem like a Brodie fan.
No, he was rooting probably against me.
It's part of the course, right?
For that viewpoint.
And he didn't.
It just skipped right in there.
Oh, okay.
Was it the same guy from the
Alright.
course earlier
Falsely
that didn't
accused.
like us?
See how I moved my foot back? I think I was illegally lined up initially. I think my right foot was actually closer.
Yeah. And you were just laying this up.
Oh,
right?
100%. There's nothing behind there.
I thought you were saying this was your heat check.
Oh, no. The heat, wait until later of me making terrible decisions and trying to putt like Paul Mcbeth. It's coming. Where everything inside of 100 feet I'm attacking.
Yeah. But at this point, you're still leading the card. You know, as As far as
Yeah,
we
I
know,
think the next guy was next closest was 1 under.
Yeah, as far
at
as
this point.
As far as we know, you're winning the tournament.
Yeah.
And this one, oh, no follow through.
What? Yeah. What was that? There is that just didn't finish and it just rose on me basically.
Yeah, you just kind of threw it with your arm and let it go. You didn't really.
That's also
go
the
on.
disc I'm throwing straight into the grinder. That disc.
Well,
Chandler literally said, "I haven't seen you throw one good throw with that disc this entire week."
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you were throwing the Z Undertaker and then you were throwing my my TI Undertaker and you were lacing that.
Yeah.
You almost got 3 hole-in-ones in a row.
Yeah,
Actually, on the next hole right here.
The TI is definitely going in the bag. We're gonna switch out that Z for the TI.
Yeah. So another par. I mean, you're getting up and down. Your mistakes aren't that bad.
Yeah. I think this is way longer than 327 feet. True or false? Or maybe
This is the longer spot. It might be a little bit, but it's on
straight into the wind too a little bit.
Yeah, so you can
Probably
see.
closer to 360.
Oh, this
I didn't even realize I almost killed this person. I mean, it was way past,
Yeah.
but it was right in line.
Yeah, but you can see actually your form's looking a little different now from the first few. You were like really confident. Now you're just kind of tossing it out there and just walking away from it.
Yeah, I think even putting, honestly, like look how terrible that is. Well, I mean that actually was.
You
were
laid
going
that
for
one
more
up
of those
again.
hyzer approach putts you started working on.
Yeah.
At this point, how many holes
4
have you
through
played
7.
today?
We're gonna do an interview here.
Oh, okay.
How you doing? A little mid-round interview.
You know, we started hot, and then I think I rushed 2 of my tee shots. Well, 3 now. I feel like that was a little rush too. So missed out a couple opportunities here. So just gonna bounce back. Next hole, I can put the next hole close. So give myself a putt.
And we're back.
At this point, how many holes have you played today?
Oh, Chandler, great question. Me and Paul went out there earlier. We played 18 holes. And then we went and got some food for about an hour and then got back 45 minutes before we started. And I kind of just like re-warmed up.
We also did that putting competition for like an hour.
We did do a putting competition too. Yeah, I think I might have done too much
So it's
before.
3:30 in the afternoon.
There's
The
a-
round started at 3:30, so.
Yeah, I think in the future I probably don't do anything
Yeah.
more than just like looking at my social media. Let's talk about the shot.
Yeah, this shot.
This is so if you guys don't know, there's a Mando. That tree right in front of me is a Mando. I have to go to the left of it. So the hole is to the right. It's not even in frame. There you can see. The hole is way over there. But I have to throw it left of that tree in front of me, about 50 feet in front. I thought this was the right play for me. The roller probably would have gotten the best result if I knew how to do that, but I didn't. This is where I think I felt a little unprepared for the shot.
Yeah, so the reason you're throwing from here instead of going to a drop zone is because you actually haven't passed it yet. You're still like 3 feet short. But I think the mistake you did here is you threw it up great, which is what you wanted, but you did it with too overstable of a disc, to where the disc went straight up on a spike hyzer, came down on a spike hyzer.
I needed more glide.
You wanted something, a little bit more understable to where it wants to get to flat, and then it'll glide to the right.
Interesting.
Almost like an MTA shot, actually.
Yeah, essentially an MTA shot that makes it go to the right. Yeah.
So maybe you will carry an Ultra Star.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have thrown like a round backhand, I guess, with an Ultra Star here. And these, let me tell you right now, these putts,
that was pretty good test.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in practice just kind of like just, I've seen people, they just throw those in. It's like a 3-footer, 4-footer in golf. Like I'm gonna, let's not even talk about that though. But in future, like I'm definitely going to try to focus on all those because
you
now,
felt it, huh?
Yeah, you feel it a little bit. Like holy crap, this 20-footer, like normally in practice is nothing, but right now this is
because.
It feels a little bit different, especially when it's your first couple.
Yeah, if you count your steps, you're only doing like 5 steps, maybe, so it's like 15 to 20, right in that range. Where
so there's another one.
Yeah, where you can tell you're focusing on it, and you're taking your time because it's not a gimme.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I maybe have done that 100 times in my life, but I haven't done it. I've done it 6 or 7 now, like when it actually matters.
Yeah.
So there's not really a lot for me to like kind of go back to and like think like, oh, I can do this. I've done this so many times. So it was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and the more I watch this, the more I notice, like, because I was behind the camera, so it's harder to watch it.
Yeah.
And see it, but you can tell in your drives, you're kind of just getting a little bit. you're not as into them as you were early on in the round.
The commitment's
commitment,
not
exactly.
there. It was a weird feeling of like I don't know where this disc is going, and instead of like saying like this is the line I want to take, I want to throw it. It's more like don't make a mistake.
Yeah, so like on hole 11, you really committed with your upper body, but your lower body was just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the turn you wanted, but you didn't get the power on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, you just kind of early released it, but it looked good. And yeah.
Yeah, it's just everything just feels like.
And it was windy too. Like you can see the chains are still moving from the wind from earlier in the day, or from the wind blowing through them.
Yeah. So now I've dropped to -3 at this point. I don't know when that happened, and this is when you told me like, hey, maybe mix it up, do like a little practice throw instead of, and I was like, oh, okay, sweet. I'll feel that out, and then just
Real early.
Well, I think too there it's like. I didn't think, like the Malta, I need to throw that flat.
Yeah, you throw it with hyzer.
Yeah, I need to throw that flat.
But here's an accomplishment. You're first out of bounds in your disc golf career.
First OB, probably of many folks, so get used to that. I successfully got back in bounds here, and now I have, this is like so stressful, because now you're like, I have to make this for par.
It's about 25 feet.
Yeah. And just not close.
Jeff, what were you thinking at this point? Because you were watching, you were there the whole time.
Yeah, we kind of had a number in mind of what we needed to shoot, and at this point it was kind of like, okay, like let's see if we can maintain where we're at, because starting off 4 through 4, going into the back 9 at 3 down, we're in a good spot, and then we're getting into the shreddable holes, and we probably just played a stretch of 4 of the easiest holes in the course, and he's 1 up through those 4 holes.
It was not good.
And in practice, he's normally 2 to 3 down on that stretch. So we're getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I felt it was so weird too. Like the nerves I felt too, like because we had a number in mind, right? Like I need to shoot. Basically, we just said even par.
And like we said, we weren't really playing to win a
That
tournament.
was a big birdie
necessarily.
That was huge. Yeah, that was good. That felt a little bit good because now I'm at -3. But still, even here, it's like in my head, I'm not thinking. Let me try to get to 6 or let me try to get to 7.
It wasn't
it's
the
like,
mindset of let's win the tournament. It was kind of like, okay, like all I need to do is stay in front of this point. And
Let's talk about this one.
what is that?
Is that your first forehand of the round, like off a tee?
That was actually my first forehand off the tee. Maybe only like
maybe
the
last forehand off the tee.
I don't know. This was a hole that I did backhands off of. I did and then I just felt like the forehand was so much better. And one of the practice rounds we did, I feel like I actually threw a pretty good forehand here. Mm-hmm. So there's a little creative situation because I have to go around this tree. In the pin, you can kind of see Chandler in the distance. The pin is like to the left of that. And that was maybe 10 feet from, like 10 feet more height, and that could have been dirty.
Yeah, if you had the height, that probably could have got there within 30, or at least circle 2.
Give me a decent putt because this is not a decent looking putt.
Yeah, it's pretty low ceiling, surprisingly, too.
I don't know what I'm doing there.
Iron lead.
Oh, and that's even worse.
I hit a tree. Oh gosh.
But
yeah. At least I got a lot of practice at those 20-footers for par.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was for bogey. So now I'm back to -2.
And you know, one thing you have is distance on your side. So this is not one that. This is one that you feel like you should be getting. You know, nothing in the way.
I didn't like it
You
immediately.
know it was bad out of your hand. And
Yeah, I mean that one I threw straight at the basket, and I was trying to throw 50 feet right of it, so I missed my target by 50 feet right out of my hand.
When you dropped to the knee here, I was like, well, he's gonna run this.
Did you like the knee drop or no?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're
The
trying to
opens
make
the
it,
window.
knee drop was the right play.
if you're trying to make it for sure.
And I was definitely trying to make it. I mean,
I was kind of hoping you'd like do a little air bounce here,
Oh, the Chandler air bounce.
or just the Brodie Smith air bounce.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you were the one that kind of showed me that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it really showed on that first putt. You were about 70 plus feet out.
This
is about 40 something to save par.
How are
Yeah.
you feeling at this point now? Thinking that like
Shambles.
You're
just straight. Just my arms straight up. Just straight shambles.
Was that
I
three
mean,
straight bogeys?
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you had a birdie.
2.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it went bogey, birdie, bogey,
bogey.
Birdie,
bogey.
bogey.
Yeah. And it's like, it's one of those things where, we've been grinding out here the last couple days, right? Playing a lot, practicing a lot. And then obviously, we did a lot today before this round, and this round's in the afternoon. So I feel like, a little NF shout out like that. I feel like, And the first couple 4 holes, starting off so well, the adrenaline was pumping. I was feeling it.
Yep.
And then I kind of had like that adrenaline.
The dump.
Like, the dump.
Yep.
And then my whole body I was just so tired.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah,
cut you off,
no,
but
go
I
for
was
it.
nervous at this point. Like, if
this-
you didn't make the Mando, I was like, this
could be bad.
Yeah.
'Cause this is a
And
hard hole.
It is going right. That would have been not.
And it just
I would have
slides
missed the
in front
Mando.
of- Yeah, you would have missed the Mando.
This is me limping to the finish line, is what I felt like. And we all know I'm not running it.
Well, it's so bad.
And that was
and you still left some.
terrible layup.
Giving yourself a tester to secure your potential one-down finish.
Yeah,
I'm still
nothing.
missing
Yeah, no easy
my mark
buckets
on
in this
putts
round
by
at all.
25.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. Probably just the fact that I can't even lay up properly. There's another
There's
like
a lot of
15
focus on
footer.
this putt.
Yeah, I did not want to miss it. Luckily, I didn't. So.
So 1 under your first PDGA round. Under par.
You beat the course.
Oh, yeah, that's my feelings right there. My goodness. All right, well, welcome to the post-round, what do we call this, debacle?
Summary.
Yeah. We're gonna talk a little bit about what we just saw because it was a lot. It honestly felt, for me, I'll go first. It felt, because everyone, I want to hear like what you feel like the round was.
Okay.
So this is my summary. It felt like a roller coaster where the first 4 holes I was just going straight down, like so fast, hands both in the air, screaming, potential tongue out as well. And then literally it was like I started just going up, like going back up for a little bit, and then the roller coaster broke down and it just stopped. And we just, we're stuck on this roller coaster for an hour. You have to go to the bathroom, you can't. People are getting dehydrated. There's a grandma in the back crying. Like, that's just what it ended up feeling like. But the positives, I would say, is I got to witness, like, the nerves and the pressure. And I feel like the first 4 holes was a good indication of, one, like, those are the hardest holes. And I feel like the most pressure because it's the beginning of your round. So you're feeling it the most. And I really felt like I commanded the disc and like picked lines and hit them. And so I feel like the potential is there to be able to do that for a full round. I just need to practice a lot, get more practice under pressure, and then at the end of the day, like just feel like when I make a bad throw to go back to what I know, so that way the disc never feels like uncomfortable in my hands, because I don't ever want that feeling again where you just stand on the tee box and you don't know what's going to happen. So that's where I'm at. But we got, for you guys wondering, we did get the goal, -1, should be around like a 9.
Unofficially 931.
931 rated. And yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I think you nailed it, Brodie. Like, there's a great lesson on how to handle a bad round. Like, even Paul here has bad rounds, and the entire time you kept smiling. You kept battling, you never gave up, and I think that's an important lesson to learn, that even if you're playing bad, just keep having a good time and take everything as a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we're starting at the beginning, it was like you could not do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like you were throwing it right where you wanted, everything seemed controlled, and then it started to slow down a little bit, and it just kept, like you said, you were stuck on that roller coaster, and it just kind of, you didn't know what to do next. You were just kind of trying to figure out what it is, you were changing this, changing that. You're like, something's going to click. Something. Mm-hmm. And then, you had to deal with the bogeys, and then you got to feel the pressure of, crap, I might not meet this goal
got a
we set out to
number.
be,
It's slipping.
And that could also be something that caused that, too, as you went in with expectations. And that's one of the things I try to tell people is don't go in with expectations. If you have expectations, then there's a line of failure. But if you don't have expectations, it's just a lesson. Like you said, you're going to learn something. So... maybe having that expectation of or the goal of I want to be 900 kind of kept you around that 900 mark instead of getting to the 4 under and seeing how low you can go and like, hey, let's keep it up. I got 4 strokes to do,
Yeah.
So
that makes sense actually.
But it's it was awesome to see you get those 4 and just kind of see the potential that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing how you're able to battle back when you did get those bogeys, you still had birdies mixed in there. So
yeah,
it'll be fun to see. And again, like you said, it was the 4 hardest holes on the course. So the harder the course, the more your game steps up.
Yeah.
So
Jeff, thoughts?
I think Paul covered a lot of it, especially with talking about the expectations and coming in with a number in mind. It was kind of something you really stuck to, and I mean, even after you throw a bad shot, you come back and you'd say, I don't feel like I have control of the disc right now, or I'm not really sure where I'm going. At least it's going in the fairway. And then, you know, hopefully I can just save my par. And you clutched up. You hit a lot of big putts, a lot of putts from like middle to the edge of the circle, saved some pars, got a few birdies from there. I mean, all week you even said in your practice rounds, oh, my putting sucks. I'm at like 40% or less Circle 1X putting.
Yeah.
And I looked at your UDisc stats, and you were at 90% Circle 1X putting today.
Oh, that's good.
Which is a
I'll
massive
take that.
improvement.
Yeah.
It just, the fairway hits were the problem today.
Couldn't throw it close enough to the basket.
Yeah, and shout out to your card mates too, because they kept it pretty cool, and like they were fine with all the filming and everyone being around. Yeah, it was cool.
So. Yeah, we had a little bit probably of a different vibe than they're normally used to at their weekly. What is like a weekly rating?
Sanctioned league is what it is.
Sanctioned league. So we appreciate that, and thanks to all these guys for hanging out with me this week and training with me, and you know, trying to help me get to where I want to go. And I think it's super helpful watching the footage back and just seeing, like, holy cow, my form was slowly deteriorating, and like timing was off, and you know, the footwork went back to kind of what we were trying to shy away from, and so a lot of learning things from it. But overall, it was a great experience, and I think the biggest takeaway is like I want to compete more. Yeah. Like that was fun. Like as much as it was frustrating to me, because you know, I much rather would have like parred every hole and made one birdie and shot 1 under than start off at 4 under. Like it was hard to see that slip away, but I feel like sometimes in tournaments that's going to happen. You're gonna be playing really well, and then something happens and you need to figure out how to override it. And right now I just don't have the ability to do that, so that's why I need to practice more and put in the work, so that when I do get in that situation in the future, I can flip the switch and get back on track.
Definitely.
So,
yeah, for
sure. But yeah, I guess now's a good time. Waco will probably unofficially, it's not official yet, but hopefully that will be my first actual tournament. We'll be in Waco. And also, I'm gonna pop up something right here or somewhere on the screen. It'll probably block Jeff's face. But we are doing a meet and greet? What are we calling it?
Meet and greet, and then meet the pros.
Meet the pros. In Memorial. So if you're around this upcoming week in Phoenix,
meet the champs.
Meet the champs. I know a lot of people didn't like that because
you're a national champ.
He's a four-time national champion. I know, but I think a lot of people are like, he hasn't won anything or done anything in disc golf.
More titles than.
Yeah, it is what it is, but it's fine. We're gonna be there. Me and Paul. I think all of us are gonna be there. Yep. Paige will also be there. The other Paul will also be there. And we've got lots of discs coming out. Paul's got his Hades coming out.
Tour Series Luna.
Series Luna. I've got my Get Freaky. Do you have more?
No.
Oh
no. Those are his.
I have my Get Freaky zones coming out. I think there's only 100 of mine too.
I'm not sure.
I think we're pre-releasing 100. So. You know, if you want that, you probably should get there early. Yeah. And then
there's also the stock release of Paige Pierce's Fierce, and then a bunch of Tour Series, the entire 2020 Tour Series lineup.
Sick.
There'll be a little bit of everyone's disc.
Sick.
I hear they look amazing.
Yeah, the brand new Swirly Z Plastic is looking sweet. Ooh. There'll be.
Which day?
I think it's Thursday, right?
The thing's up. The thing's up.
Yeah, it's right here.
The thing will pop. The flyer will pop up again on Jeff's face. So we hope to see you guys all there. And then if you're in the Waco area, that tournament's coming up in a couple weeks as well. And I think all of us are going to be there as well.
I'll be there too.
All of us will be there as well. So come out and say what's up. And like always, guys, we really do appreciate all the support. Make sure you follow these guys on their Instagrams. It'll be in the description down below. And I think that's, unless anyone else has anything to say.
What's the outro?
Keep slinging them discs.
Yeah, let's go!